Hi guys, my name is Rosie Tech. Welcome to my video series Minecraft Details. If you're here at all, then thank you, because I'm new to this and nervous as hell. But if you're here for a tutorial on how to build entire buildings, then you're in the wrong place. What we're going to do is take these small detailed elements of Minecraft and figure out how to build the basic structure, and then you guys can go away, add to it, put them in your builds, change them up and have some fun with it. So what are we going to be doing? Today we're going to be looking at the curvy windmill sails. We are going to be looking at building small, medium and large basic sail structures that you can add to almost any build, like this windmill, or these some of the builds on my local servers, from towers to zeppelins. You can pretty much add these to anything and they look awesome anywhere. We're going to be building in 3 different sizes today: 11 by 11, 15 by 15 and 23 by 23. The bigger the sail becomes, the more detail you'll be able to add. In terms of definition, at the bottom with the 23 by 23 we can obviously go a lot bigger with our blocks. You do have some options with the 15 by 15. You can use trapdoors as I have done, or you can look at slabs or stairs, kind of fit it to your build style, see what works best. And then with 11 by 11, this is probably the smallest you can go for this kind of design. Any smaller than this and you'll start losing that kind of curly definition to it. But we will stick with just the fence for these ones. When you are building it, keep in mind that it is actually quite a good thing to have them a little bit random. I'm going to show you the basic structure in a symmetrical pattern today, but don't be scared to play around with it. Shorten one sail, make one a little bit thicker, make one a little bit longer. Randomizing your build tends to make it look a little bit more, not realistic, but artistic. It gives your build a bit more life, so don't be scared to play around with it as you do it. It doesn't have to be 100% symmetrical. In fact, giving it that character can really kind of improve your build. So play around with it as you build and see how you go. So today I'm going to be building them out of the netherite block. There is a reason for this. One, it is the nicest looking block in the game and it is devastating that you can't really get enough of it to build with it in survival, unless you're a much better player than I am, I guess. But 2, because it's got a defined edge to it. So if you get to the point in this video where you want to just have a look and kind of copy what's on the screen, it will clearly show you how many blocks are in each line. That's the idea anyway. I don't necessarily suggest you build these out of netherite. Wool looks good. You can use concrete or terracotta, whatever fits your build. I'm just here to show you the shape and to help you with wrapping your head around building in a rotation, because that's where a lot of people tend to struggle with these. Okay, so we're going to start with the 11 by 11 sail. This will take up quite a small space in your build. You want to start with 1 block in the middle for all of these, and then you want to surround these with a block on each side. Now for all of these windmills I surround them with a fence gate, and then on the larger ones with additional blocks. That gives it that kind of depth you can see there. It helps to accentuate the curve. On the smaller windmill you're not going to get much more than a fence gate in for detail. So we're going to start by surrounding the middle with fence gates on all sides, like so. And then we're going to be going from the top right hand corner of the block. Now we're going to go up 2 and then up 3. That just gives you a very small curly sail that will fit into most smaller builds. I put fence gate around the edge. I usually leave the top one free because that gives it that kind of tip effect. And then we're going to come to the next one. So again, we're starting in the top right hand corner of the block. This is where people tend to start struggling with how to build these, because trying to rotate the image in your mind is actually surprisingly difficult. So if you look at the top one, it curves up and to the right. That's the curve. So this one is going to be, if you look at it from this direction, is going to be curving up and to the right as well, but facing from below, which is where you'll be, you're kind of going out to the left and over the top that way to copy that same curve. So we're going to go top corner here, out 2, and then up 1, and then out 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, nice and simple. And again, add your fence gates for a little bit of extra detail. Then we're going to rotate this down to the bottom. Now where you had the top right hand corner, you've got the bottom left, and you're going to be coming downwards, so you're going to come down 2, and then because the curve is going this way still, you're going out 1 and then down to make 3, and adding your fence gates. 1, 1, 2, leave the end clear. And for the last one, again, you're mimicking this one but the opposite side. So where this is the top corner, this will now become the bottom corner of this block, and you're going to be going downwards to follow the same curve. So you're coming out 2, down 1, and then across to make 3. Add your fence gates in, and you've got a really basic, small, curvy sail. Now I'm just going to hold this here for a second. If you are building this and you want to pause it, this is the place to do so, and you can just follow along and use the blocks as they are there. Next we're going to be doing the 15 by 15 sail. So we're going to start as we did before with your block in the middle, surrounded on all 4 corners with another block, and then around the edge with fence. We're going to start at the top right hand corner again here. So your first block will go here. We're going to go up 2, and exactly as we did before, out 1 and then up 2. So 2 and then 2. Next we're going to carry along this same line and go up for 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to skip 1, come up to this block here and go up for 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to add our curvy flick at the end, and that's going to come out at the top here and then up. So you've got 2 at the end there for your little flick. So you're going 2, 2, 3, 3, and then a final 2 for your flick. Then we're going to add some fence around the edge, as we did before. And then I've chosen to use trapdoors here, but you can use slabs or stairs if that's what works with your build. The problem with using blocks here is if you were to put blocks instead, you kind of lose some of the definition to the build. It starts making it look incredibly thick. There are instances where that is what you want, but in most cases you want to retain that definition, in which case using a narrower block is best for the build. Right, so we're going to rotate round again to the left hand side. So where this top corner is where you started before, we're now going to start here on this top corner. Your top block goes here, and we're going to be curving up and over the top. So we're going to come out 2, up 1, and then out for 2 again. That gives you your 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to go along this same line, and we're going to go out for 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to skip a block and do 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to finally add the flick at the top. So we're going to this very top corner and we're adding 2 here. Add your fence and your trapdoors. And we're on to the next one. Because we're mirroring this sail, we're going to come down this way for this one. So this top corner becomes your bottom corner down here. Your first block goes here, and we're going to go down for 2, out 1 and down 2 again. There's your initial 2 sets. Following this same line here, we're going to go down for 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we skip a block and go down for 3 again, 1, 2, 3. Finally, you're adding your little curve at the bottom, so you come to the very last block here and go down 2, and then add in your fence. And then of course your trapdoors. On to the last sail now. We're mirroring this one here, so we're going to come down this way with your curve. Your block, of course, and this one is in this top corner, so this is now the bottom corner down here. And we're going to go out for 2, and then out for 2 again. And then we're going to go down the same line and go out for 3. 1, 2, 3. This time we skip a block because you can see the curves going this way. We skip a block and go for 3 once more, and then finally we add the flick at the end off of the final block here. Lastly, we include our fence and our trapdoors. And there we go. So now we come to the big sail. This is, in my opinion, the best looking one. You can add a lot of depth with additional blocks. You can switch the colours up really nicely with this, but it does require quite a big build to go with it. With sails you can go quite top heavy, so it doesn't necessarily have to be wide, it's just got to be tall enough to make it look in proportion. So again, we're going to start in the middle with our block here and surround that again, and then fence all around as before. From here we're going to start the same as we've done with all the others in the top right hand corner here. And we're going to do the same as we did before and go up 2. We're going to go out 1 and up 2 again. There's your initial start that we do with everything. This time we're going to go out 1 again and go up 4. From here we're going to go up 1 and we're going up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to skip 2 here to give it a little bit more of a curve on this end. So we're going to start here, as you can see, skip 2, start there, and we're going to go up 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for our flick, because this is a bigger sail, instead of going from the top block, we're going from the second block down on the end, and we're going up 3. So 1, 2, 3, so you still get your 1 on the end. When you go to include your fence, you can miss the flick, because once you're looking from a distance, that'll give that a bit more of a kind of thinner end to it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, and then up 2, and then up 3 here, like that. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. So you see the way the curve goes. And then because this is a bigger build, we can use blocks here to give it that additional depth. And we just follow the fence gates with the blocks. 1, 2. And then in between these gaps here, 1, 2, up 2 here, and up 3 here. And that gives you that lovely curvy sail, or beginning to a sail. As before, we're going to rotate round to the left. So this corner now becomes this corner here. From your perspective, you're going to be looking at it like this. So you're going to start with your first block, and you're going to come out to the left and curve around above it. So out 2, up 1, out 2, and then on the same line you're coming up 1 again, and then this time you're going out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip a block. So skip this one, come up 1 here, and go out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, because it's a bigger sail, this time we're going to skip 2 blocks here, so come to the third one in the middle, and we're going to do 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the side, and finally you're going to add your curve to the top. So coming down 2 this time, you're going to do 1, 2, and 3, and that gives you that same nice curve out to this side. Add your fence, again just following along the edge of the block, so 1, 2 here, 1 in the middle, 1, 2 there, and then a final 1, 2, 3. Leave this one clear to help it look a little bit thinner from distance. And then again, following this with blocks. But again, you can use slabs or you can use trapdoors, whatever works for your build here. Play around with it, see what you think. There we go, that's 2 sails. Now we're going to come down to the bottom. Now we're mirroring, I can't say it, let me try that again. We're mirroring this sail here. So this top right hand corner will now become the bottom left hand corner. So there's our first block here. We're going to come down 2, 1, 2, out 1, down 2. out 1 on this same line, and this time we're coming down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from here skip 1 again and we're going down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. From this bit we're going to skip 2, so skip these 2 blocks and start here. We're going to go down 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're just going to do our curvy tip, so we do the last 2 blocks and we're going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and that then mirrors that same top sail here. Get your fence gates added, 1, 2, in the empty gaps, and then your blocks. There we go, and we're on to our last sail. So this one is mirroring this one. Apparently I can't say mirroring today. So this top corner here is going to become this, here we go, this bottom corner here, because it's carrying across. So our first block is going to go here, and then we're going to come down this way for this sail. So you want to go out 2 and then down, out 2, down on this same line, and we're going across 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to skip a block here and go for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time, because we're now at the middle, we're going to skip 2 blocks and go for 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally, as always, you want to add your little curvy flick on the end, so you're going to come to the very tip of the sail here, the last 2, and add on 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you just follow again the underneath with your fence and your blocks or your trapdoors or your stairs or whatever suits your build from here. There we go, following along the edge, and then finally adding in your blocks in the empty spaces. And there we have it. Stop the video here if you just want to have a look. This is exactly the reason I use netherite blocks, and this is, you know, you can stop this here, you can clearly see how many blocks are in each line, so you don't have to necessarily follow the step-by-step tutorial if you don't want to. There's all 3. As I say, play around with this while you're building it. Make them thicker or make them thinner or make them longer and shorter in areas. The more quirkiness and randomness you can add to your build, the more life it seems to have. That's, you know, that's just my opinion. There are a lot of builders that much prefer a symmetrical build. But my point is, don't be scared to play with it. This is just the foundation. You now have to take this away and build on this and make it better and improve it. I'd love to see what you do with it. So I'm going to round this off here. Thank you very much for watching. If you have watched, please let me know if you've enjoyed it. I know I sound like a babbly nervous mess. That is because that is exactly what I am. Maybe my videos will get better, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'd really like to know if you have watched this, so maybe drop me a comment or a like, or I guess something like that if you have been here. Anything else you want to see in the Minecraft Details series, also please give me a shout. I think maybe we'll do roofs next. We'll do straight sails. There's quite a few things I want to have a look at, but this is the first one and, in my opinion, the most fun. Alright, I'm going to round this video off with a time lapse of this windmill, because that is several evenings of my life that I've compressed into a very short 3-minute time lapse. So if you want to stick around for that, have a go, and otherwise I will see you next time.
Stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.